Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. This is the fourth episode. It's been a little bit, so yeah, I wanted to come on here and I don't know, just talk about a lot of different stuff. But yeah, recently I just kind of like remembered that space exists, if that makes any sense. Not in like I forgot space exists, but I just kind of realized like how cool all that shit is and like how much we've actually done in terms of that and how little we've done too in terms of exploring space really. It's like I looked at a lot of like space photos and shit like that, and it's just like crazy that we even have technology that gets us all the way out there super far in space. I don't think most people fully understand the scale that everything's at. You know what I mean? Like how large everything is. Like for example, 1,300 Earths can fit into Jupiter, which is crazy to me. Like that's a whole ass solar system inside of Jupiter. And Jupiter's moons too. Jupiter has like 80 moons, and a lot of those are Earth-sized or larger or smaller. So it's like those moons are planets in themselves, basically. Like around Jupiter and Saturn too. And Saturn has more moons than Jupiter. It has 82 moons, and a lot of those are Earth-sized as well. So it's like there's so many planets that just haven't even been discovered yet because we've only done little flybys or something. And it seems like when I look up in the sky, every single star is a planet. That's kind of the realization I had. So it's like, I mean, there's a shit ton of planets out there, you know what I mean? Like, we've only really explored, I don't even think 1% of it. Like, I don't even think, like, the percentage is so small. Because I think it's infinite, honestly. Like, I don't think it ends, bro. That's kind of just, I feel like it's, like, almost like Minecraft in a way. Like, it just keeps going forever. Like, no matter how far you go, it just keeps, like, rebuilding because it's like a computer simulation almost. It's kind of how, like, everything goes infinitely small as well as infinitely large. It's just all, like, perspective, kind of. It's all relative. I guess that's, like, Einstein's theory of relativity, basically summed up. Organisms and atoms go super small and also super large. It's all just relative. So it's kind of just, like, it's just perspective. Like, it's only relatively real. It's like a reflection, kind of. Even though this isn't a wake and bake, I'm still gonna smack that bowl. So, pack that bowl, roll that blunt. Kush aliens are invading Earth. Cheers. Hell yeah. But a couple of days ago, I was looking at the moon, and then I just kind of like realized that in my lifetime, I'm gonna be able to go because pretty soon they're gonna be having like rockets that can take you up, and you'll be able to like go to the moon, you know, and they'll probably sell it to you, but it's the fucking moon. Like, I'm going, bro. And they're gonna be able to have like moonwalks and shit like that too. Like, that's fucking crazy. You're gonna be able to moonwalk. Like, that's fucking crazy. I'm gonna get to moonwalk in my lifetime. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna start doing commercial shit like that. I don't think right now, like, that's gonna be later in my life. But first, they're gonna start, like, going back up to space, because they haven't really been doing a lot of space stuff, because NASA's budget's been, like, fucking really low for some reason. But I think they're gonna start, like, I mean, they're going to Mars, they say, by 2030. They're gonna, like, have that shit prepared, so that's already Mars. But, like, I don't really want to go to Mars, bro. Like, that shit's fucking, like, you can't live on Mars. You must be joking, bro. Like, that's like, I feel like the oldest story in the book, you know what I mean? That's not gonna work. But, I'd go to the moon, because, like, it's honestly not that dangerous. In the future, the rockets are gonna be, like, probably more advanced and stuff like that, too. And the moon isn't that far away, so it's just, like, you know, I'd probably go. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be like the space age pretty soon here, or at least the second space age. It's going to be like the future, kind of. Because, I think as Earth stops being able to support human life, there's going to be a lot of people who want to go to other planets and, just do that whole thing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I think that's going to be pretty far in the future. I don't know if that's going to be my generation where all of that happens, but we're definitely going to see a lot of, space stuff. And I think we're also going to see at least the start of the collapse of the way that things have been going for so long. The house of cards is going to fall down. This is definitely a generation that's going to see a shit ton of stuff go down. We've already been locked down, which is weird, to think about. It's kind of dystopian. And it seems like everything nowadays is going so fast with technology that I think it's just going to, exponentially grow fast. So I think time is definitely speeding up in that way. Time isn't real, it's an illusion. But we are making advancements, and I think the advancements themselves are speeding up, so it feels like time is speeding up. Goddamn chopper in the background, it's fucking... Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. The advancements are speeding up. Fucking aliens flying over. The fact that there's even planes that fly over every day is super fucking crazy. It's no shit, UFOs exist, bro. We have planes. We've gone to the moon. I'm going to Peru in 9 days. Yeah, on a plane. So that's just kind of crazy. The fact that we have air travel now has completely globalized the globe. Another reason that time is speeding up is because the Earth is spinning faster, both around the sun and in the day. So it's basically creating exponential time speeding up. Because other planets, it's different time, you know what I mean? And time is just basically just the day and night cycle for humans. So it's the illusion right there. And that's really just what keeps the illusion going, is the waking up and falling asleep again. That's what keeps the time illusion going. Mercury years are 88 Earth days. There's 365 days in an Earth year and 88 in Mercury. So that's just another one of the illusions, is the seasons going faster on Earth. It's just going around the sun faster. And the clocks are not in sync with this. So it keeps people kind of crazy because they're following basically this illusion. And a lot of people are just following the clock because of work or school. I don't even really have to worry about time that much because I don't have to go to public school or work, you know what I mean? I think that's one of the main Earth illusions, is the clock time. And it's kind of going back to what I said earlier about it being infinitely small and large. If you look at an atom, it kind of does look like a solar system, doesn't it? With the large sun in the middle and the smaller planets around it with the rings, kind of. Yeah, so it kind of just goes infinitely large and infinitely small. It's just relative perspective, I guess. And when you think about it that way, the whole world kind of opens up. And I think that's what a lot of the quantum mechanics is really just going small, because you can get a lot of information from the really small particles about the really big ones. Another thing too is that nowadays everybody has lights on all the time, so the light pollution is so great that even when it's nighttime in a lot of places, you can't really see a lot of stars. So I think that definitely adds to the kind of the delusion of a lot of people, because they can't even see a lot of those stars and shit. But when you go out in the woods, far, you'll see a whole ass galaxy, and it just kind of makes sense when you see it like that. Another thing too is that the planets are all having effects on us. Each planet in the solar system, they're kind of beams of light controlling shit going on Earth. Think about the moon, for example, just to start off with. It's related to the tides, menstrual cycle, and I mean, a lot of people get affected by moon cycles too. So it's like, that object that's pretty close to us, that's pretty, smaller than Earth, is having an effect on us. So to think about all the other large planets that are way larger than us, relatively. So to think about the effects that, for example, something like Saturn or Jupiter is having on us all day and continuously forever. And in history, humans used to, be aware of this knowledge that planets were having an effect on us. But it seems like as, the Great Delusion has overtaken everybody, people have gotten super disconnected from the planets. So people don't even know, what's going on when they feel weird shit happening. Mercury retrograde starts tomorrow. And I just kind of realized that I'm going to be traveling to Peru during Mercury retrograde. So we'll see what the fuck happens. It's going to be a good trip. Cheers to that, bro. Smack a bowl real quick. Dude, I'm so excited to go to Peru. That's gonna be great. But yeah, also another thing is both Venus and Mars used to be planets that humans could live on, but as time went on, their rotations went out of the Goldilocks zone, essentially, so they couldn't sustain life anymore, which is kind of what's happening to Earth in a way, when you think about it. Yeah, the Earth is on fire, and it's hotter every day, it feels like. And species like polar bears, who live entirely on ice, are kind of fucked, essentially. And a lot of them are going to come into land, and then they're going to get killed because humans are assholes and are probably going to shoot a polar bear. You know what I mean? And another thing humans have been doing is killing everything, bro. We literally just come in and we take the land, and then we kill all the animals that used to be there, essentially. And a lot of these populations of animals are going to have no place to go as this land just keeps getting paved over. And think about something like, wolves, which are animals that I think a lot of people love at heart, are being killed in the forests and being hunted and shit like that. And there's a significant decrease in wolf population. All that shit's decreasing. So it's just kind of all these animals are just decreasing. And when one thing in the environment decreases or imbalance occurs, the entire rest of the system goes imbalanced. So killing the butterflies is a butterfly effect. And a lot of these animals that a lot of people love, for example, elephants, are just being poached every single day for stupid shit, like animal products. And it's completely pointless, you don't need to kill that entire being for your fur coat, you know what I mean? Like a mink, for example. Mink fur coats are fucked up. Same with having a bunch of animal heads on your wall. That's creepy. Who are you, bro? It just gives me weird vibes. But yeah, so many weird animal products, even leather, which is in so much stuff. I think people are kind of oblivious to the fact that that's a cow, that's cow skin that's lining your car, which is pretty weird when you think about it. But few people really look past the surface for these things, do they? But yeah, there's also a total disconnect from food nowadays. People be even eating chemicals and shit, literally fake food 24/7. But for something even chicken nuggets, for example, if you're feeding a kid chicken nuggets, yeah, it's chicken, but it's there's not the connection from killing the chicken to that chicken nugget, you know what I mean? Because it's in a dinosaur shape or whatever. It's once upon a time, people used to be killing the chicken and then eating it afterwards, which I don't have a problem with, bro. Like, if you want to go out and hunt that animal for yourself, sure. But, like, there's a difference between that and mass farms where the animals are being basically bred in close quarters and they have no place to go. Like, that has a different connotation than hunting an animal yourself in the woods, right? And I think that's really the problem with nowadays meat, is that it's like disgustingly mass produced. Same with nowadays milk and eggs. Like, you used to have your cow and chicken or whatever, but now it's like they have like 100,000 chickens in one farm and they're all producing eggs right next to each other. It's really gross, right? And I saw this documentary one time, and for me, once I saw that, it changed my whole perspective on the food industry. Like, they be stepping on the chicks and shit, bro. Like, they just be walking around in the small pen and stepping on them because they don't give a fuck. Crunch. And that's the disconnect. I mean, like, where's the line between friends and food? You know what I mean? Like, dog and then chicken. Some people eat dogs too, so it's like, you never know. But yeah, so I can understand why people kind of forget that there's a whole universe out there, because a lot of these problems seem really big when you're on Earth. It seems like the whole world is so small, but it's not. For example, you can fit 1,300,000 Earths inside the sun. That's fucking crazy. That's like a whole galaxy inside the sun, bro. Like, think about that. Everything is so giant in space. Also, I think black holes are portals to other black holes. I think, like, we're gonna be able to go through black holes and end up in, like, other galaxies, like some Starlink type shit. Cheers to that. I'm gonna light up another bowl real quick. Yeah, one day you'll just be able to, like, open your door and it'll be space. Like, that'd be sick if you just, like you wake up and your view is space. But I don't know about living in, like, a spaceship, bro. Like they do on the space station. Like, I wouldn't do that shit because, like, I don't know. Like, that's just, like, too artificial for me to live in. But going to the moon would be fine because, like, you just float up there for a little bit. But, like, honestly, I feel like there's going to be, like, in the future, train stations that, like, kind of go through different galaxies and planets. Like, it'll be like Starlink, basically, which is sick. Like, if you just hop on a train and go to like any planet, Pluto or some shit. But, like, honestly, I think in the future, around that time, they're gonna, you know, discover other planets that are inhabitable. Yeah, and I think by then, if there's, like, bridges between those two worlds, then it'll be like living, coexisting, you know, with different planets, which would be sick, you know. And I think we're honestly not as far away as a lot of us think. I mean, think about technology. Like, your phone is a portal, basically. Like, right now, you're listening to it. It's a portal to this podcast, baby. Smoke another bowl right in your ear. Cheers. Yeah. Smoking on that Earth OG with my beautiful diamond glass bong. You know, sometimes I wonder why I came back to Earth, and then I remember it's for the weed, baby. It's for the weed. But yeah, I mean, I think in the future we're gonna look back at this time period of Earth as very small because we weren't very accessible to the stars. You know what I mean? We've kind of just been locked down on Earth. And I think in the future it's not gonna be like that. You know, I think there's gonna be ways of getting around. You know, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like, and if it'll be like that in this life for all of us. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's gonna go that fast in this life, but we'll see. And honestly, man, the thought of doing shrooms on the moon is too beautiful for me to pass up. Just stay relaxed. Don't worry. Be happy. Be shanti. And everything will align for you. Peace out.